So in this particular video or chapter, I'm going to talk about addiction. I didn't really think that I was going to go into something like this for the first video that I wanted to share. But I thought I gotta start somewhere. So start somewhere real. Not some fantasy in the future, not something you romanticize and want to show, but just start somewhere real. But more than that, just start. I've wanted to do videos for a long time. I've wanted to be creative. I've wanted to express myself and upload myself onto YouTube for a long time, back when I had hair and I didn't have lines in my face and I didn't have grays in my beard. Back when the videos would have been much more uplifting, positive, bright, and better polished and produced. But here I am, and this is my attempt of living. This is my attempt of getting out of shadows. And a big shadow in life is addiction. Addicted to anything that we may be addicted to, anything that soothes the pain, that takes us away from the numb feeling of life that sometimes we find ourselves in. Sometimes it all becomes a little bit too much. Sometimes it's been too much from the get-go. We started from too much. So pour on top of too much is more of the same. So if you've grown up and life is too much and it's layered on top of too much and it's all so overwhelming, our brain or body I believe can't process so much. It can't process beyond a certain point, so it has to shut down. It has to cool down. If anything's overheating because it's been too much is being inputted, it has to slow down somehow. It has to cool down. And I think that's what happens when our body gets tired, when we feel numb. It's like the system is cooling down. And sometimes it happens naturally and we go against our body. Our body's feeling tired. It's signaling we want rest, we want pleasure, we want fun, we want to be soothed. And hopefully we find healthy ways to soothe and listen to our body's signals. But some of us didn't really get to hear the healthy voice through all the noise, so we lean into other things and become addicted to those soothing agents like alcohol. That's one of my personal favorites that's helped me to numb out and of course cause more destruction in the long term. And I've grew up around alcohol addiction, so I think it's an easy one for me to relate to and lean into because it's so familiar. But a big part of why I want to talk about that and talk in this video and finally create something that I can put out there and hopefully be proud of, but probably won't because I've got a long way to go before I can feel proud of myself or anything. But a part of the reason why I'm doing this and creating this and putting this out there once and for all is because I've seen how dark and how deep that darkness is of addiction when it reaches what I believe towards its final stage. And it's like the numb feeling, it can't become undone, and it's just numb. It's just a constant feeling of numb, and the alcohol doesn't take away the numbness anymore. It's just melding with that numb feeling, and you're just you're out, barely functioning, and at times functioning well, but barely functioning on a daily basis from the start of the week to the end of the week, and repeat for years and years and years. And it's a very scary visual. And maybe what's even more scary and sad to me is I understand getting there. And admittedly, there's a part of me that has yearned for that, to lie in bed, to lie down, be defeated, be depleted, and be done with the world, behind the curtains, in the dark, literally in the shadows, done. Just living out the rest of my days, done with the world. No more thinking about what's happening outside my house because I don't care, I'm done. But no one really wants to live like that. I don't think so. No one really wants to be just done with the world in such a way where you're now just completely just in the house, drinking, and just watching whatever our phone has to offer us to numb any other senses completely out. But a part of me yearns for that because my body longs for deep peace and disconnection from everything around me: people, work, pressure, responsibility. So I get it, and I've sometimes even longed for it. And maybe you're in it, or maybe you're longing for it, or maybe you get that too. And it's hard. If you want to just disconnect from life, it is hard sometimes to push through and do anything, to make one decision, to try to put yourself out there, because you've been so used to the shadow and so used to not being seen, and it's now starting to get so easy to not be seen. But there's something also so hard at the same time, and you've got good at blocking out how hard it is, and you've forgotten how much you want to live inside of that shadow. And I know deep down the truth of my life is I want to experience love. I want to experience life. I want to be seen. I want to be heard. I want community, connection. I want joy. I don't want to just live up here and on here on the screen and in the bottle. I don't want to just feel alive whenever everything's shut down and the alcohol is pick me up. I want to live. And I don't know the answers. I don't know the answers. This is an attempt right now for me to finally create what a younger version of me wanted to create, even if it's different than what I would have wanted to create, and still want to create. To my core, in my heart, I don't want to talk about the challenges of life. I've felt the challenges of life for too long. I've been in that shadow and I've sung that song for too long. I've felt the sorrow. I've drenched my face in tears, and I've let my nose flood along with the tears for too long. I don't want that to be my life. I want to be what younger me wanted my life to be, wanted my creation to be, wanted my videos to be. I want that, and I know that's still inside me, but to get back into that light and to make that light even brighter than even a younger version of me could have made it, I feel like I also have to honor the shadows that have engulfed my life. And I have to, above anything else, start from where I am right now and what's real to me right now. And that's this. That's this. Is talking about this. And hopefully maybe be seen by you, and hopefully maybe allowing you to see parts of you, the good parts too, the parts that you almost don't even want to believe anymore exists because you got so used to drowning that out, because the good parts in you means maybe you have to take action. Maybe life is going to be effort. Maybe you have responsibilities if you see that good part. Sometimes we want to make excuses. We want to drown out the noise or the desires of that good part of us because it's easier. It's much easier to block ourselves off, close the curtains of life, stay in the shadows, consume whatever is on the screen, and pretend that we don't want love, that we don't want connection. It's much easier because now we don't have to be rejected. We don't have to be scared. We can just sum it up to, this is my life because I've chosen it to be this way. But is it a choice, or is it just constantly feeling like it's too much and numbing yourself out? And I respect the difficulty. And I'm challenged by the solution. It's hard. It's a hard equation to solve, how to get out of your brain, how to actually feel worthy, how to feel like you are someone worthy and deserving of good things in this life, whenever the inner critic has yelled and yelled. And sometimes the inner critic has got help by outside voices too, yelling and yelling and making you feel like you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough. It's hard. But you constantly see examples of people that you may not believe it to be true, but they're going through the hell, and they're trying and they're trying and they're trying and they're doing this, they're making videos, they're making music. Maybe you just see them making friends, and they're trying, and there's something really admirable and worth trying, even if it's the smallest thing, even if it's the smallest thing that you can do. It doesn't have to be this, I just really want to fucking do this. I just really want to do this. I don't know what the YouTube policies are. Maybe I'm not allowed to say the F-bomb, but it is what it is in this first video, and I apologize. But I'll keep apologizing, and I'll keep making mistakes, and I'll keep adjusting, and I'll hopefully keep trying, because it's better than slowly waiting for the end, convincing yourself that you're already dead when you're not. You've got a chance to get out of the shadows somehow. Thank you. Thank you for watching this first video, this first chapter of trying.